Hello everybody, I'm Venus from Heart's Desire by Venus, and we are on episode 9 of Let's Make a Hybrid Journal. So I'm trying to think here where we were last time. I think last time we did this section here with a pull-out page here. I'm just going to leave the pull-out page out because we're going to need to move it. So today I'm going to work on this page here. So what I'm going to show you here, I'm just going to move that out of the way, is we are going to start with this part here. It is going to go, actually I guess I should show you where it's going to go. It's going to go onto here and create a flap. So what I did is this piece itself is 5.5 inches across. I did do a 1/2 inch a score at the 1/2 inch mark, because that's going to be the flap. It is also 8.5 inches high. As you can see, I have already distressed the front and the back. Now it's going to tuck into the book in here into, let's see, well, we could just do it. It's going to slide into this pocket that we've already created here. So what I've done is let's see here, it goes like this. This part is going to be seen a little bit, you know, from the back side here. So I made sure if you want to distress, that would be the time is to distress that right now. So let's just start by putting some tape, and that's going to be on this side, the part that we did not distress. Again, I'm doing my 1/2 and 1/2, just two-sided tape and glue. Oh, got a piece of fuzz in there. Okay, so we're just going to take my tape off. Let's really make sure it's stuck on first. Take off the wax part. And we're going to use the Fabri-Tac. Ooh, I didn't put the lid on very good. There we go. So we're just going to run a bead of glue. If I can get it out, I may have to use the other bottle. Let's actually just put that upside down. And we'll use a fresh bottle. I have a feeling I'm just about at the end of that bottle. Let's get the capper part is stuck. There we go. Seal is stuck in there. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, much better. Okay, so just a bead down. It doesn't have to be too much because you don't want it to ooze is the other thing. Okay, so we're going to take our book, and you can see here I have notched the corners. I don't know if you can see that. And that's so that it slides in here a little bit better. So basically you're going to just slide it in your inside pocket here. And I just like to secure it in, make sure it's nice and secure, and then just wipe off any excess glue that might have seeped out. So you can see now that's going to lay like that. So now what we're going to do is, I'm going to see, I think I'm going to add a magnet there. What have I got for magnets? I think I'm going to add a magnet just to keep this page down. So I've got 2 magnets. And, oh, actually we're going to hold off. We'll put the magnets on in a sec. But on the inside here, we're going to create a pocket. So I don't want to put the magnet here because then it's got to go through 2 layers. So we're going to actually put our pocket on first, then we'll put the magnet. So this is going to be the pocket on the inside. It's just a shallow pocket to slide things in. So what I have done is measure it out here for you. So it is 9.5 inches long. Okay, so you're going to score in a 1/2 inch, score 1/2 inch on the other side, and it is 3 inches wide, and I've just scored in 1/2 inch there as well. Okay, so create your pocket. And again, I mitered the corners off here. It just makes it easier to use it. So and I distressed all the way around as usual. So I'm just going to put my tape on again. And we're going to put that pocket on there. And make sure you burnish your tape on well. Even though we're going to glue, you just want it to be secure. Peel off my tabs again. And let's see, put our bead of glue on here. Keep that in frame for you. All right. So now what we're going to do is so this is the flap. It's opening this way. We're going to put the pocket right here so that you can have the maximum amount of space to open, you know, slide stuff out. I just find that works well for me. So what I do is just fold everything back, and I line up the long side first. And I'm just going to line it up right on the top there, get it in there. Get your top and your bottom flaps all secured in there. And this is a nice thing is about tape and glue. You've got a little bit of flexibility on here of getting it in. So there we go. Cut it in there, and I'm just going to burnish it in. Nice. Make sure it sticks. And I'm just going to, because I'm doing some stuff here, I'm just going to clip it top and bottom, because I just want to make sure it's actually going to be fully adhered. I do not want that coming out, so let's actually just put 3. And because I don't have time to stop and wait for it to dry, this just allows me to keep going. Okay, so now we can put our magnet in, because I didn't want it to go through so many layers. And we're going to mat all this anyways. I will mat this and off camera, but I'm just letting you see how we do here. So basically, I'm just going to put my magnet in, and I like to just in from the edge so that when I mat, I'm not going to actually catch it. It'll be easy to mat, so I'm just going to do it there. And I do 2 things. I'll put a little piece of 2-sided tape on there, and on the underside, I'm going to just put a dab of glue just to keep it from floating around. And so that's where I wanted it. We're going to do that. And then for this side, I just put the magnet down. Okay, that's obviously the way it's going to stick, which is nice. So all I do is I take some ink, put it on the top of the magnet, lay it flat down where it's going to go, press down, and you can see, hopefully you can see my little mark there from the ink from my magnet. So now I know exactly where to put it so it will line up. I've done it before any other way, and I never get lined up. So now you're just going to take it. Remember, the top part needs to be touched on the paper over here so that when you flip it back, it's going to stick. Otherwise, they'll repel each other, and you don't want that. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm just going to put a piece of 2-sided tape on. You can still see my mark there. A dab of glue. And this way, when you mat it, it's all going to be in the right spots and everything. Put it back there. Perfect. So now, when we close the flap, there we go. I heard the little click. All good there. Okay. So now for the front, I've decided I want to have a gate flap on the front, or door flap, or I don't know what you want to call that. So what I have done, yeah, that's going to go there. So what I have done is I have cut 2 pieces that are, again, are 8.5, because that's how long our journal is. And they are 3 inches wide. And again, I went in 1/2 inch for the flap here. And I've created 2 of those. So that happens to be, this part is exactly half of the front here, because the front here is 5 inches. So that's why I went 2.5 and then a 1/2 inch flap. And we're going to adhere these right to the front there. So, and again, I've inked up both sides so that everything is good. And let's just move that out of the way while I tape these. So, and they're going to go on like that. So you're basically going to run your tape on this side here, because then I'll be covering it over when I mat anyways. So you don't have to worry about that. And we're just going to burnish this on nice. And again, take off our tape. Run a bead of glue. There we go. All right, so move those out of the way. Bring our book back. And you can tell I like to do it by the sides, because then I can see with the long sides a little bit better. So now I'm just going to make sure I line up this top to bottom, and on the side here, adhere it really well to that front flap. Everything is glued in nicely. Perfect. And we're going to do the same thing on this side here. Just line it up the best you can. I don't know if you can see that. Lined it up nicely. Perfect. And again, I'm just going to clip them on there so that it just sticks. Just a little added security till it dries. Okay. So then when I close it, you can see here, if it's perfect. Well, a little bit of a gap, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. And then you open it up. We'll have some kind of matting done there. You flip it open this way, which I've got it clipped so it won't. And you'll have a tuck pocket there. Perfect. So now I'm actually just going to do this. So then I can still mat top to bottom here. So that is just the basic flap there. So you can see that works perfect. So I also beveled the edges here. You could corner chomp. You could do whatever you wanted on there. You could just leave them square, whatever you want. Now for the front part here, I'm actually going to add, I think I'm going to add 2 more magnets, because I'm going to just have a floating piece on top. I'm just going to go through, let's see here. These are the papers. Just looking to see what kind of ephemera I've got. Oh, perfect. You know what? We're going to cut this out. I like this. I'm going to have that float on the top of the page. That's perfect. So I'm just going to cut that out. And again, this is just to show you how you could use pieces of the ephemera in different ways. You do not have to use them the same old plain ways. You can use them however you want. Of course, I'm not the best at this fussy cutting. And I'm just too lazy to get my Cricut all out and make it cut it, but that's all right. Another time. Again, I will have the links for these paper packs below. I am using 3 paper packs there. I do not get paid by them, and they were not free products. It's just ones that I have in my stash that I really enjoy using, and I just thought they all worked nicely together. So I'm just going to ink this up on the front. And I'm going to ink the back edges. I'm going to mat it somehow here. once I have the magnets on, but I better ink it now just in case to make sure the white edges are gone. I don't really want to see those. So if I don't mat it quite perfectly, it'll work. Okay, so how am I going to do this? I want it to float basically right there. So I'm going to get out my magnets. I will put the link below for the magnets. I got them off of, excuse me, I've got them off of Amazon, I think. Yes, that's where I got them. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do so that I remember exactly where I want it. It's kind of in the middle. I'm just going to do, because I'm going to mat this, so it doesn't matter that I'm just drawing a little bit of a pencil line there so I can see. I don't know if you can, shows up on camera, but that way I can see my placement a little bit. So when I put these magnets on, I got an idea. Oh, that's interfering with the other magnet. Interesting. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll do one up, one down, so it's not interfering with the magnet on the other side. And then that's still in my zone. Perfect. So let's just do our magnet trick again. Just a little dab of glue. Press that down. Do the same thing for the other one. And you don't have to do magnets. You could do Velcro dots on here if you wanted, or you don't even have to put this part on. I just think it's going to be, oops, cute. Okay, so that's there. Now we'll get the other two magnets for the other side. Dunk, dunk. Yes, you have to do it with the sound effects. That makes it so much better. Ink up the back sides here so you can see it. And let's line it up with the pencil marks that we had, making sure it's all in the same spot again. And then just press over the magnets. There's one and there's one. Perfect. All right, so we're just going to do the same thing. Remember, you got to flip it over and put it on its mark, which is there. Flip it over, put it on its mark, which is there. Hopefully my head wasn't in the screen for that. And let's do the top one first. So I just hold a little bit of the tape there to hold it in place. Put your dab of glue. Seal it up. Another piece of tape on the top. Another bit of glue. Oops, that one came off. Line it back up on its little marker there. Perfect. Okay, now when we put it back on, clip. There we go. Excellent. So now what I'll do is I will mat all this and I will show you that on the next video. I am trying to keep these short just because, you know what, you've got things to do, I've got things to do, but we're still having a little bit of fun. Short but sweet. So that is that page there. When we come back, I will have all this matted, and then I think at that point we will switch to doing the back part of the mini journal here. Anyways, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Head on over to my Facebook group, please, if you are making some of this. I'd love to see your interpretation or what papers you're using to create this. Come on over, and hopefully I will see you again soon. Thanks for joining us.